Star Trek fans, fellow Star Trek fans. Today I want to do an unboxing of a model kit for you. It's not necessarily a vintage one. There are a couple of reasons why I'm going to do this kit. For one, it's really cool. It's got the Botany Bay in it, and it's from the Star Trek original series Space Seed, where we're introduced to Khan Noonien Singh. He would later be introduced in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, a role of course played by Ricardo Montalban. But what I want to do is, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Polar Lights 1/350 scale original USS Enterprise. Now what I want to do is I want to make it look just like the one in the Smithsonian. And I noticed that even on the stickers and the decals that you can get for the ship, it just looks fake. It looks like stickers. The ring rust going around the saucer section on top, it's not really that prominent when you look, whereas the decals, it just doesn't look right. So I'm going to build this model kit, and I'm actually going to do some experimenting with, because I'm new to the paint gun. I got one a little while ago and I'm relatively new to it, so this is going to be my experimentation enterprise. And I noticed that on the Smithsonian model, you know, when you look at the top of the saucer, you can see green and brown and gray, and there's just like all these different colors that are there, but you can't incorporate it onto a decal and then just cut it and put it in place. It just doesn't look right. So I'm going to try to do with this one is I'm going to try to recreate the exact paint job on the one that's in the Smithsonian, and hopefully I can come close to doing that. And again, this is the Polar Lights Star Trek, the original series, Space Seed edition of the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. And you can see it includes a new SS Botany Bay model. You can see the Botany Bay alongside. You know, when the starship comes along the side, when they first encounter the Botany Bay, and there's registrations of very faint life forms aboard, and they eventually revive them, and then they try to take over the Enterprise. But this is the Polar Lights. I guess this would be the 1/1000 scale. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking it is, but it might say it on the back of the box. So that being said, let me go around and show you the back of the box, which is pretty cool because there's more information. I like to geek it up when I can flip the box over and there's all kinds of information and pictures on the back of a box. I'm kind of disappointed when it's just brown, you know, just a cardboard backing. I don't know if you're the same way, but, well, that's just how I am. This is the Star Trek, the original series, all-new SS Botany Bay ship. This Enterprise model, when finished, will measure out about 11.5 feet long. So, like I said, I don't see a scale number. Oh, yep, here it is on the side of the box, 1/1000 scale. So it is 1/1000 scale. In the classic Star Trek episode Space Seed, the USS Enterprise found a derelict spaceship registered as the SS Botany Bay. Khan Noonien Singh, a superpowered tyrant of Earth's eugenic wars, was found on board. He would audaciously attempt to seize control of the Enterprise, and only through the guile and bravery was Captain Kirk able to triumph over his foe and save the Enterprise once again. As punishment for the mutiny, Kirk marooned Khan on Ceti Alpha 5, where he would wait 18 long years before a chance encounter gained him a second opportunity to get his revenge on Kirk. Again, and at that time it would be Admiral Kirk. This model kit celebrates the classic Star Trek episode by offering the USS Enterprise along with the SS Botany Bay for the first time. Optimal parts are included to build the Enterprise in one of three configurations. Marking decals, pictorial assembly guide, and dome base are all included. Well, I'm glad it's a dome base, and it's not that, you know, that kind of crappy 2 flat pieces and then 1 thin flat piece that connects it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I really don't care for that stand. And it gives the website, of course, collector models, round2models.com, and smaller tworks.ca. I haven't checked that one out. I'll have to check that out. But this is the Botany Bay from the Star Trek episode Space Seed. So why don't we go ahead and we'll open the box. Looking forward to this. If you remember Khan Noonien Singh, we come back in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, where they would actually gain control of the USS Reliant and try to destroy Admiral Kirk that way. Especially since they had Genesis that they were looking for. And Khan, you know, let's face it, he got greedy. He was so bent on revenge that, you know, and his own crew tried to tell him he had the means and the ship to go anywhere they wanted. And all he could think about was getting back at Captain Kirk, then Admiral Kirk. Anyway, this is the Space Seed edition, so let's look inside and see what we got. And put this there so we can enjoy the beautiful box art. Okay, so first thing I noticed that we got is we have the dome. It's got a metal support rod. Well, you have to get a different one if you want to light the kit, because this one is not hollow. This is a solid metal rod. Then the second thing you can't help notice is the iconic and beautiful saucer section, or primary hull, of the USS Enterprise. At the bottom, you can see there are holes for the lights. I don't know, I may be tempted to light this kit. At first I had no plans on lighting it, but I just may. I just may. Absolutely beautiful ship. Let's see what else. We got the clear plastic. And again, we got some beautiful nacelle clear pieces. You know, I think the more I look at this, the more I want to go ahead and light the kit. I may just do that. Oh, so we have the secondary hull. You can see, and it's got the Botany Bay in it. The Botany Bay looks relatively straightforward, but it appears to be orange, like a red-brown type thing. I don't know. You could look at the box art. I don't know if you can see the Botany Bay, if that was a good shot, but I don't really recall the Botany Bay being red or orange or brown. I'll have to check the references, but I don't know. The color doesn't look right. But it's modeled in what appears to be like a rust color. And of course you have the secondary hull. And if you can see the way the nacelles are going to be supported, the pylons, they're one piece that cut across. Kind of like what was in the AMT, the Enterprise incident with the miniature Enterprise, the way it fits together. What else we got in here? We've got a base. You can see we got a nice Delta insignia for the base. So I'm thinking you can either use the Delta base for the Delta logo, for the insignia, for the stand, or you can use the Polar Lights Made Famous dome. I don't know, I'm kind of partial to the Delta. I like the Delta shield. Again, it'll depend, because if I light it and I put a power pack, then I'm not going to be able to do much with just that as the stand. But we'll see. I may not light it. I may. but the nacelles are in this package. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3. This makes 4 nacelles, so there are different ships that you can make with this one kit, and that's pretty cool. It gives you the option. Put that down for now. What else we got in here? We have the Round 2 Models catalog. Let's get right to the great stuff. Well, the stuff that we love. Okay, where's the Star Trek stuff? Ah, here we go. Yes, it's all nice. It is all nice, but this is my favorite parts. You can see that. And I'll be doing that next. I'll be doing a build. First, I'm going to do an unboxing of that, and I got this light set. And I'm going to do the unboxing of both, and I'm going to do the build. So that's the catalog that comes with the kit. Let's see, you got your usual Round 2 Models business card. I guess if you want to get on a mailing list. So there's that. And then we've got the instruction sheet. And I'm going to put up pictures for you guys. So if you want, you can pause the video and you can see the cool pictures that I'm going to put up. It doesn't really look like there's much to putting the Botany Bay together. But it's still cool. I mean, it's the Botany Bay, man. I got to figure out how to... Not only am I going to experiment on doing the saucer section to make it look like the Smithsonian Enterprise, but I'm also going to use my experimental powers on the Botany Bay. So you can do the production series nacelle, or you can do the pilot version in a second pilot nacelle, or you can do the mirror. So that's pretty cool. It does give you options, and the nacelles, even without lighting, you could have the potential to look really, really cool. So what does it say about that Delta insignia stand? You can see how the Botany Bay goes on. It goes on to the Polar Lights stand and the different ships you can use. The Mirror Universe, the First Pilot, the Production Series, and then it shows you the Botany Bay. It shows you the construction of the ship and how to put it onto the stand. So let's see where that Delta shield comes into play. I actually don't see the Delta shield anywhere in the instructions. What I'm thinking is, this is probably a reissue kit, and I guess if you want, you can use the Delta shield as a stand for the ship. Maybe that's if you do not want to use the Botany Bay, or this could be a reissue and this used to come with that as the stand. I'm not sure, because this is the first issue of this model kit that I actually have. And we got the decals. There's probably going to be a lot in here because you can do, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different starships. So that's what's good about these model kits. Kind of like I did recently. I did the USS Defiant through the glow-in-the-dark USS Enterprise, and the decal sheet that came with that was just phenomenal. All kinds of extras. And again, I'm going to put up still photographs of everything to show you guys, but that's what we get. Excuse me. It looks a lot like the glow-in-the-dark AMT model kit. You see a lot of detail. It looks really just like a smaller version of the same sheet. If I can, I'll put the a picture of the decal sheet up for when I made the USS Reliant. And again, it gives you the different ships to do. If you wanted to do the different ships with registry numbers. Let's go ahead and we'll open up the saucer section. One of the most iconic pieces in the whole model kit. And I don't know about you guys, but I never get tired of looking at this beautiful, beautiful ship. And there we go. As you can see that. Again, you can see the holes where the lights are meant to go through. And they actually molded the logo, Polar Lights, into it. This is the first model kit that I see where they actually do that. Again, I think this is actually the first Polar Lights kit that I actually make. I have the 1/350 scale refit and the 1/350 scale original series Enterprise, but I'm waiting to do those. I'm going to experiment on the bridge first to get the not the bridge, but the saucer section as a whole, to get the paint, pattern down. I want it to look natural, the rust ring that goes around. And if you notice, the Smithsonian Enterprise has the almost like the rust lines that are around the bridge and the bridge dome. And this is the bottom section. You see the phaser banks. They're really nice. And again, this would be nice to light up. I might have to get smaller wires though, because the LEDs that I use, the wires are pretty thick and there'd be a lot more drilling. I don't have a problem drilling, but if it's going to be drilled and it's going to make it look bad, then probably not the way to go. But that's the saucer section. And this is the section that has the Delta shield or insignia, and I think that's pretty cool. Again, this could be from the original issue of the model, and they have a number of nacelles, but I showed you guys on the instruction sheet why they have those, because there are really like 3 different ships you could make in this kit. But here is the stand, or what could be the stand. I like that. I like the Delta shield. I don't know if that's it looks like the impulse engines. And then you can see from the pilot, the back of the nacelles where they didn't have the ball, and that's where they do have the little ball. And they have the alternates for the hangar deck, the hangar bay, and you can see they even have the alternate reflector dishes, which is really pretty cool. So that's pretty amazing. Put that there. Let's see, the other tree has all the stuff for the nacelles. As you can see, the radiator, the coolants, a couple of pieces that go on top of the saucer section I could use for alternate ships. And the rest that are in here, there's literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are literally 8 nacelle halves in here. So you can make, 4 of them. 2 different sets of nacelles depending on which ship you decide to build. Which is really, really cool. Let me show you guys the secondary hull. This is what they have. And they have the Botany Bay. That's in different coloring. It's not in the Enterprise gray that's on the rest. This is actually like a red or a rust. The Botany Bay is, it's going to be, like I said, this is 1/1000 scale, so don't expect a huge Botany Bay. But it is pretty cool. And I will be experimenting with my paint gun, and this of course is it came off the tree, but this is what the Botany Bay sits on. It goes alongside the Enterprise, and that of course attaches to the base. And what else we got in here? We have, well, one of them came off the tree, but it's the pylons that attach the nacelles to the secondary hull. And speaking of the secondary hull, I have the secondary hull right here. Oh, it just came off the tree, sorry about that. Again, with that beautiful neck and sides. Where did that second half go? I have to get that for you guys. And then, what else is in here? The deflector dish, as you can see, it came off the tree, but it's got the long piece that connects the two halves of the secondary hull. And then we have the clear pieces. Now the clear pieces are, a lot of them came off the tree. I don't know if you can see that in the video. A lot of them, you have these really spectacular, bizarre collectors that are clear, and then you have the little pieces that go inside that you can paint and then put into the clear. And this is really going to be a nice model when it's finished. Like I said, I'm really tempted to light it. I didn't really have plans to light it, but I just may go ahead and light it. Because it's not just, you know, throw together a guinea pig version of the Enterprise so I can get to the 1/350 scale. I mean, I do want to do the 1/350 scale very quickly, because I'm looking very much forward to doing that, but again, this is still the Enterprise, and they just kind of snap together, but it doesn't look like much of a seam, but there still is a seam, and we'll see, we need to fix that. And like I said, the most important thing with this model kit is I'm looking forward to painting and getting the paint scale for the Smithsonian version of the USS Enterprise. And like I said, I'll be putting up pictures and showing you the progress on this model kit. And at the conclusion of this model kit, hopefully, my confidence will be up enough to do the 1/350 scale Polar Lights USS Enterprise. And I do have the deluxe accessory set with the lighting, and it's got the weathering decals, but like I said, I've seen them online and it just doesn't look right. It looks fake. It looks like the contrast to where it's cut and just laid across the saucer, they just don't look like they blend in. They look like they don't belong there. So I'm going to try to paint everything on, and if I can get the pattern down where I can make it this hull look like the one at the Smithsonian, then I'll be more confident on opening up and doing it to the 1/350 scale. So, because the 1/350 scale, that one was $120 as opposed to this one that was $19, so you can tell there's a big difference. Not that I'm gonna, you know, trash this one. I'm still going to give it the respect as it deserves as being the USS Enterprise. So, that's what's in the Polar Lights 1/1000 Star Trek Original Series USS Enterprise kit. That includes the SS Botany Bay. If you were curious about this kit and you were wondering what was in it, then I hope I satisfied your curiosity. And like I said, I will be doing increments as I go along, and I'll be updating you guys, and you guys can follow me along. And this will be the build-up to the Polar Lights 1/350 scale USS Enterprise. So I thank you for watching, and take care.